need CPR. The survival rate increases if we can get that CPR started in 4 to 6 minutes. That is so important. When someone has a heart attack or they have any symptoms of a heart attack, and those symptoms can be the chest pain. The other symptoms can be discomforting in the chest. A lot of times we often think of a heart attack as reflux. I want to take some sodium bicarb, or some old people used to say, give me a little soda and water and mix it. And we take it to relieve those symptoms because we think it was just indigestion. It's not. For women have a lot of different symptoms of heart symptoms before they have a heart attack. We experience a lot of back pain. We experience, that arm numbness. We experience all kinds of other symptoms. We will sweat. We will think that we are nauseated. And some of the other symptoms are that we start feeling lightheaded. And that's usually because what we're trying to do is compensate and figure out what it is that's going on with us, instead of saying, let me just go to the emergency room and to see if I'm having a heart attack. And if we could actually understand some of the warning symptoms that I just talked about, then we're most likely to go get ourselves checked out. Sometimes we will not be having a heart attack, but if you are, they will be able to pick it up. A lot of times we think we're out of shape, shortness of breath. I did it. I had all those symptoms and went to the emergency room because I could not breathe. I ended up having a cardiac cath. It was okay, but I checked out to be okay and I was fine. But there's so many women that go in and never come out. So today in District 5, I was so glad when I spoke with Councilman Reeves about holding a CPR class. The class is for the senior citizens. That's how we started out. And it was basically to just help the awareness of what we can do to save someone in our family by doing CPR. The likelihood of us to do nothing is greater than us to actually do CPR. So if you cannot do anything else, we often say, phone 911, get the AED, perform hands-only CPR. And what that means is that you get on the top of that chest and you begin to compress. And you compress until you can't compress anymore until the firemen get there. Years ago, we used to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, but because of COVID, most people don't want to actually do mouth-to-mouth CPR. So hands-only CPR will work until the firemen get there. So that's one of the things that I wanted to bring up today, was how important it is to start CPR immediately, how important it is to call 911, how important it is to let your family know that they all need to participate in some form of CPR class. In our community, we do not share a lot of information. Most of our communities are older communities. We do not actually have the young communities. Our children are no longer, young people in our communities, our children are no longer at home with us, and nobody in the house knows CPR. So I think that the classes for CPR should be taught. We focusing more on senior citizens because they're at home, they're alone, and they're by themselves. So that's where that's why we should do CPR, because the need is so great in our community, just to bring in, to increase the awareness of what we need to do to help protect ourselves and our families. District 5, we hold the free CPR seminars for seniors once a month, 55 years and older. If you are under 55 years of age, you can also take the CPR class for $60. The class includes a card and a certificate for the senior citizens. If you pay for your CPR, you will also receive a CPR card. So, are there any questions for me today?
Well, Ms. Mumford, I know I have something to, so I know we it's Red, and we love our women. Oh my God, God's greatest creation on this planet. And so, but we do want to just say that men can participate too. And so,
yes, they can.
Absolutely.
They can participate. And Councilman Reeves, we don't discriminate against men, but I was just focusing on today. CPR is for anyone, even a child can learn CPR. Today is, this is Heart Month. Women in Red and the American Heart Association is supporting Women in Red. And that's just to bring the awareness of heart disease in women. Mm-hmm. So we don't exclude men, but years ago, that was the only thing talked about, was that most men die of cardiovascular disease or heart attack. That's not true.
You got that right. That's you have just laid out the facts of that case for us this evening, and I appreciate you so much for that. And so we have a question from Brandy. She says, when and where are the classes offered?
Okay, the classes are offered at Burdett Gym. We do the class once a month. We try to do them every third Saturday of the month, but because of basketball and other activities at Burdett, we share the back room. So the conference room that's in the back. If you go onto the District 5 website, you are able to register for CPR. Once you register for CPR, Tamiko will contact you and make sure that you are aware of the class, the time, and if there is a change in the time for CPR.
Okay, awesome. And if anybody else have a question, you can just raise your hand and you'll be admitted in to ask your question.
Absolutely, and I've also dropped the flyer in the chat, and I am dropping the link for registering for a CPR. We're offering it every month this year. You can, I think we only have one spot left for February on the 26th from 10 to 2, but when you fill out the form, what we do is we'll contact you and let you know if you can get into that class or if we have to push you to another. But when you go onto the form, you just sign up and we'll make sure that you get into a class. As Ms. Mumford said, the class for seniors over 55, it's free, and under that, it's $60.
Awesome. Do we have any more questions for Ms. Mumford? Kristen, do you see any more?
I do not see any hands up, but let's see. There's something in there. Oh, Ms. Jackson, if you have something to say, yeah, please.
Yes, I would like to ask you, will the CPR classes ever be offered via Zoom at all?
I don't think so, but Ms. Mumford, can you answer that?
Tamiko and I we talked about that also. we would need a mannequin. And so we would have to figure out how to actually have a mannequin for you to actually do the CPR and get checked off on the CPR. So we have not yet been able to figure that piece out just yet, but we are working on it.
And I asked you, Ms. Jackson, why'd you ask that question? Ms. Mumford and I had a conversation. And I'm gonna drop, as soon as I can figure out how to get it in here. There's a visual that she sent me about COVID and CPR. Is that a concern of yours? It's wondering if you helped someone who had CPR and you didn't know if they had COVID or not, or is that
No, that was not my concern. The reason I asked that question is that there may be seniors such as myself right now that are unable to drive to the site.
Absolutely.
Get the training. And so as of right now, my doctor has me not driving my car. And so I don't know when I will be released from that. And so that was my primary reason for asking that. And I'm sure there may be other seniors that for some reason or another cannot, get out except they get a ride somewhere. And that's contingent upon other people's schedules.
Okay, yes, that's definitely understandable. And maybe Ms. Mumford and Councilman Reeves and Tamiko and I can figure out a way how we can accommodate you all.
Well, I will say this, and thank you for the question, Ms. Jackson. So I will say this, is that Ms. Mumford, if we can get how many ever extra mannequins that we can get and people to sign up for that who needs to be on Zoom, I will personally pick up those mannequins and deliver them and then pick them up after it is over so that we can accommodate the people who want to be on Zoom and be virtual until we can find some more assistance to handle that. But I will be willing to do that if we can find those other mannequins and have a supply of that.
Okay.
Thank you for the answers. I know this is not a part of your forum tonight, but it's so interesting to me. There are so few resources for the seniors. They have money for pandemic, for every situation, for the the college kids, the single parents, but nobody seems to think about seniors that are still functioning independently in their own home, that have a need for resources. And I'm not even sure who would be the actual voice to address those things, because I've talked to the Georgia Department of Aging about this as well, and other entities in the city. And so, it never ceases to amaze me. Everybody needs help, but they seem to think that when you become a senior, you're either going into a senior citizen home or you need to be in a rehabilitative center for the aging. But there are seniors that still live independently in their home that do need other resources. I just thought I'd throw that out this evening. Now I'm gonna be quiet.
No, and get this. If you're quiet, then we wouldn't know what the need is. And as I do understand that we just try to get all our resources for every group, particularly our seniors, our most valued resource. And I think I see somebody from Chairman's Pit office on here from Fulton County, Ms. Freeman. If you're on here and you would like to speak to anything of the senior services that Fulton County offers, particularly from Chairman Pitt's office, we would love for you to voice your opinions and concerns and any resources available to people like Ms. Jackson.
Well, thank you so much, Councilman. It's so good to see you again. How's everybody doing this evening?
Awesome.
Well, good. Well, the first thing I wanted to say is that our senior centers will be opening back soon. We are in the process of still trying to evaluate that, and an official announcement will be coming out in reference to that. Are you all familiar with, and I don't have it, I know it's called our STARS program, Fulton County STARS program. Quite sure everyone is familiar with it. And I know from a COVID standpoint, as it relates to repairs, folks coming into your home to actually do repairs. I do know that there's still funding for that. And the reason why I know that is because my parents have taken advantage of it, but only if they're, like, for instance, if you have outside floodlights where the people would not be coming into your home, but anything that's on the outside that may need repaired, you can definitely inquire with Fulton County about those types of services. And I'm going to get the contact information and put it in the chat. I did put my contact information along with my email and my telephone number. So feel free to send me an email in reference to that. Ms. Jackson, if there are suggested ideas or resources that you believe that Fulton County does not have, that seniors will, including yourself, would like to see, please let me know. I used to work with the city of Atlanta, and we would hear this all the time, where seniors would say, even though they may be in a facility, even an independent or a private facility, that they seem to be forgotten about, that they still want to be able to receive resources and services while in their residence or where they live, even during COVID. And so this is something that I have heard from seniors that said that we need to do a better job in this area. So Ms. Jackson, if there are things that you believe are resources that Fulton County and also the city of South Fulton may be able to start up for seniors, please let us know. I'm sure that the councilman is open to that as well. I wanted to let you all know in reference to our next commission meeting, which is going to be this Wednesday at 10 a.m. And I have quite a bit of links I can put in the chat for you guys. I don't want to bombard you all with a whole lot of information. I tried to just kind of give some highlights, but we do have a commission meeting this Wednesday, and it's aired on Fulton County TV. And so you can watch it there, and also you can watch it on our website as well. We also have a meeting resource hub, and that's where you can go and get meeting agendas, past agendas, and whether they've been, and also budget, any information as it relates to the passing of the budget would be there as well. There's also a 2022 schedule of all of our meetings for this year there as well. I've put in the chat, if you'd like to subscribe to Rob's View, you can do that as well. Rob's View comes out at least once or twice a month. It's an opportunity for the chairman to kind of share some things that come across his desk, or if there may be an idea, like for instance, the latest one was going green. He's proposed that the county go green in our fleet department as well as in our facilities. And so that's just an example of some of the types of information you will receive should you subscribe to Rob's View. I also will be happy to put a link of the final adopted or approved budget for 2022 in the chat if you'd like. Today, we just started a campaign where you can go to selected libraries and pick up COVID tests, free COVID tests. So that started, as well as in our health centers. So please be on the lookout for that as well. It started today. And I will put the link in the chat for you. And I believe that, very important. Did you all hear about the press? I think it was on last Monday or Tuesday. There was a press conference in reference to Fulton County receiving an additional $25 million for rental assistance. And this would include not only rental assistance, but also utilities. So this is for Fulton County residents, those living outside of the city of Atlanta. So please, you can go online. I'll put the website if you want me to. Oh, we've been hacked. The meeting, did y'all see that? I'll
Mhm.
continue, but okay.
I can
Yeah,
see.
Let me figure out how to get that out of here.
Yeah,
Sometimes-
I see it.
yes, if
It's
you
some
can
kind of
get it
white guy
off.
coming up now.
I
Hold
can
on.
see.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you
getting out of
you may
here.
not be able to get
Somebody
it
done
off.
hacked it in.
I can see.
I don't know who the technology person is, but I guess
Ah,
somebody has hacked it in. But we all accustomed to seeing this anyway, because we have girls and daughters and all, so we are accustomed to it.
Exactly. So I'll
So
try to
You
put
stupid
most of
fat
these links that I
cunt.
spoke
Yeah.
about. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat as quick as possible until it completely hijacks the meeting. And then we
Yeah.
Well,
cannot
But
continue our
one of the
agenda.
things I
it's
know
so,
is
yeah.
that that's
Does
somebody.
anybody
who
have any
just wanted-
questions?
Well, I do have something that I
No.
would like Chairman Rob Pitts to view, is having seniors being able to
Somebody's on
have a
porno.
payment plan on. That's someone who is actually a participant in this call and is doing that. And so I'm going to find out who that is. And
It says Tony. His name says Tony, but that may or may
No,
not.
that's not me. That's not me. It's not me.
Well, they need to know that we're all aware we're grown people. We have grown children. We have grandchildren. So this is nothing that we are afraid of. We're going to continue on with our meeting, and we're not going to let anyone intimidate us.
right, and I can promise you this. We're going to find out. I can promise you that. And as soon as I do, we will get the IP address and we will have that computer locked down. That is, I can guarantee that will happen. And
Yeah,
so,
I'm getting a lot. I have about 20 people trying to get in the room, and I have to try to figure out who's legitimate and who's not. And yeah, when that first person got in, I'm sorry, you all, they all just started popping in.
Okay.
all right. But Ms. Freeman, are you still on the call? Okay.
Yes,
So, yeah,
Councilman, go ahead.
right, because I have a
Oh.
senior in my
So,
community who has a problem and issue with they have an issue with, getting some construction done for their pipes. And so it's they run to the house to the main, and she has the money, but it's like $3,000.
Mhm.
But Fulton County wants the all payment up front. And she's on a fixed income and she don't mind paying for it, but being on a payment plan.
Mhm.
So for seniors like that, and I know Fulton County had it, but got rid of it about 20 years ago, they said, because of the amount of people who were defaulting. But if we can get something like that worked out with our seniors who can pay and go and have their service corrected, then and on a payment plan, so that they can, function and have their home and livable spaces actually livable. That will be something that I would like for Chairman Rob Pitts to view, and as well as the Fulton County Board of Commissioners. And so, because we need that in this community.
Okay, I definitely will. I've actually written it down. I have just a few questions just to make sure I understand. So is this some work that she's already done that she wants to be corrected, or she wants to get new construction done?
No, she already has some work from the PVC pipe from her house up to the street. And so, but the connection from the street to the main is what Fulton County needs to do. But the homeowner is responsible for that. And that's around about $3,000.
Okay, okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty, I have it down. Let me see what I can find out. That's for sure. And I will I'll also let the chairman know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love your red frames out there. This is a love day and love month. And,
Yes, it is.
and you're a
Yes, it
woman in
is.
red. And so
Red is
absolutely.
one of my favorite colors.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, Miss Mumford, did you have anything to add? Miss Mumford, is she still on with us?
Yes.
She's on mute.
Does anyone know a Larry
on mute.
Douglas? Do you know a Larry Douglas, Councilman Reeves?
No.
Okay, I won't let him in.
I'm gonna go on mute, and then I'll put some links and some contact information in the chat for you guys, okay?
And
But
Ms.
always know I'm here to serve you, and any concerns or questions that you may have, feel free to give me a call or email me, okay?
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Stop.
Miss Mumford, is there anything that you have to say, want to add?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Miss Johnson.
My question is, do you have to be on a certain income to get those things done to your house? Because I know in the city of Atlanta, your income had to be a certain amount.
Mm.
Oh, can I address that, Councilman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The services that my mom and dad used was Fulton County Services, and it was through the Department of, I think, Community Development, and they qualified, and they're on Medicare and not Medicaid. So if they qualify, then more than likely someone who's on Medicaid would qualify. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. All right. And do we have any more questions for Miss Mumford concerning the CPR?
I've got a question. Is there I guess, a list of places where AEDs can be found around South Fulton in case people may need them?
I want the camera in my hand.
That's
Are you-
a good question.
All the fire departments have them, Parks and Recs. I know Burdette Gym, if you're in District 5, Burdette has an
Right.
AED, but
Right,
it's attached to the gym.
right.
to
So you have to be in
wall
the gym. You have to be there. Yeah.
Right, you have to be there. Other than that, the fire department brings their own AED.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering if these little department stores and places like that may also have them or whatever.
I know the airport, but I'm not sure about restaurants, a lot of restaurants and the department stores.
Okay.
You know, Miss Mumford, that's a good thing, good question. And so, but I do want to, now that makes me curious, right? And so I do know some department stores, they have like they're located in the back. But to get a list of that, yeah, so let's talk off that offline and see if we can generate a list on places that we can have and put out there in the community, places that you can find an AED or do have an AED, just in case of an emergency of this magnitude.
Right.
Yes,
I might
indeed.
shop those places more frequently.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
If we could move, if there's no more questions for Ms. Mumford, we'd like to move the meeting forward to speak with Ms. Jill Lindsay. We have the mayor, Mayor Khalid's new public advocate on the call tonight, so that she can explain to us what she's doing and
Is
how
she on?
and how she can help all of us.
Okay, absolutely. Well, Ms. Mumford, we do want to give you a closing out there. If you want to go ahead and close out, if anything you want to say last second.
no, if anyone would like to reach me, you can go to Councilman Reed's page and just send an email to Kristen or Tamiko and let us know what you think, what you need. And Ms. Jackson, we will not forget about you.
Well, thank you very much.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Ms. Mumford, thank you for all you do. We love you and appreciate you.
We love
Thank
you
you.
so much.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Chris, I'm gonna bring on Jill. Miss Jill Lindsay.
Miss Jill Lindsay. So here she is. She is our new public advocate for City of South Fulton. And she is here at all of our service. So Miss Jill, thank you so much for coming on to talk with our residents today. Everyone's been looking forward to seeing you since last week. So let's go. Thank you so much.
Miss Jill?
You come off mute, please, ma'am.
Hey, Miss Jill. Hey, I love the shirt. I love you in the red right there.
Happy
It's awesome.
Valentine's. Thank
Happy
you.
Valentine's Day.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm coming on to let everyone know about this new exciting opportunity that I've been blessed, I guess, fortunate to start. I'm the interim public advocate. So, I mean, I guess I'm the forerunner to get everything in place. Right now, this position is responding to all constituents' requests that comes through the mayor's office. So that means if we get any complaints regarding all 7 districts, we route those complaints out to those districts. If it's coming through for Public Works, the police department, we route them to those departments so that no calls are dropped or no issues are dropped, you know. So just excited to be able to help the city to get those issues resolved, help. We're also trying to work with Mr. Vanzuela to see about having the See, Click, Fix seminars. I think if our people are educated on the services, on how to use them effectively, then that will prevent, minimize some of the calls that we're getting. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I sent Ms. Matthews the link to the advocates Office of the Public Advocates website. And it has the City of South Fulton 24/7 customer service hotline, which is 470-552-4311. And you can also submit a request for help. And once you hit the submit button on that link, it goes straight to the Public Advocate's office. And what we do in turn with that is that we route your complaint or request or concern to that department head and get those answers resolved as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
So Ms. Matthews, did you get the link for the advocate, Office of the Public Advocate?
I did.
Okay.
And I'll drop it in. You text it to me, correct?
Yes, and they can file an open records request on this page as well. They can track their records request. They can sign up for the mayor's newsletter. It's just
Can you put the information in the chat, please?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So you had a question on Councilman Reeves?
Yes. What about on the public advocate? Are y'all going to be also have the ability to have resources where anybody who needs resources can go and links to resources that they're trying to find?
It doesn't matter, whatever they call about. We have to connect them to the departments that provide those services.
Okay. But what about what about to links that the services that the city does not provide? What about those links to the county and state services that do provide them? Y'all gonna do that as well, correct?
I can check and see. I don't think it's gonna be done on a public advocate page, but it's something we can add because we have partners.
Can I jump in there a minute, Corey? This is Ms. McKay. Jill, you haven't met me face-to-face just yet. I am on Mayor Khalid's transitional team. on the outreach. So I am sure that I will be able to provide some resources because that's what I do. I think
Okay.
everyone probably on the call knows me. So
Okay.
I probably be working in that area. But I
Okay.
do have a question for you in reference to an executive director for the mayor. How is it different from the advocacy? Because I've had a couple of questions come to me. How is those two descriptions different from each other? Do you know?
As far as I know, the executive assistant deals only with the items that he has, his calendar,
Right,
his appointments. I deal only with complaints,
right. Okay,
complaints and issues.
yes. Thank you.
So that person doesn't have to worry about those phone calls or those concerns. He or she can just focus directly on what he needs, to run his office.
Right, okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Hi, Miss
Absolutely.
Jill. Miss
Okay.
Jill,
Okay, I'm sorry. Can
Yes.
I interrupt one moment?
I'm sorry.
I dropped it in the chat, but it's the second one. The first link has 2 L's, so make sure you skip the first one and go down to the second, okay?
Okay. Mr. Councilman, may I speak?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Jill, my name is Jennifer. I'm with Chairman Rob Pitt's office. What's your last name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Okay.
And her email is in the chat, Ms. Cole.
Okay. Miss Lindsay, I wanted to let you know that if you do have constituents that want to know what kind of Fulton County services are available to them, please feel free to email me or give me a call or refer them to my contact information, and it's in the chat.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You see, Miss Jill Lindsay, that's what we do. We connect the dots and connect people to make life easier for our constituency. And so Miss Jill Lindsay has been a great public advocate even before this title, as she has been in this community for a long time, has an Adopt a Road after her, and she did Adopt a Stream, and she has that going now as well. Go Green Communities. And so she is one who just loves her community, and we love her back because if we had 100 Jill Lindsays, I can promise you we'll have a city that is forward progressing in every aspect that could be. But we're just gracious to have one. And now she is a part of the city officially. And so we do applaud you and welcome you.
Thank you.
To the team.
Yeah, I just started last week, so I'm on steroids, right? I guess I just got off work, so I'm just just coming in. But Ms. Freeman, I'm also on the Commission of Elder Affairs with Commissioner Khadijah as well. So I just haven't had time to see about all the other services that the city is providing, but we have been sharing the services with Fulton County since COVID on our community pages.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I can help out with the City of Atlanta services too, should you need that as well, because you just never know when constituents call in. They have a vast of resources that they need, and sometimes they think it's you and it's not. It may be some other area or some other level of government.
Yeah, we're all in this together. So my thing is, if any service or any program that anybody has, we should share it,
Absolutely.
So it's our village, we have to take care of our village.
So true.
Absolutely. And I always say that you can get so much further with collaboration than you can with competition. And so that is great to hear. And Ms. Lindsay, there is something else coming up on the 16th. Would you like to share that?
Oh, I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna be at Fulton County on Wednesday for my proclamation ceremony with Commissioner Khadijah
Abdul Rahman.
Yes. I'm just over it. you know how you just been doing it for so long that it's the things that you've been wanting that to your city to do and be a part of is finally coming to pass. And if I've said it, if I've not said it once, we have to help our city and our government, because if we don't tell them how and what we need, then they won't know. So we have to, you don't have to do it every day, but just check in. If you're missing a meeting this month, check in next month. But connect with your councilmen, connect with your representatives, and send them an email. You can have how you have by your phone to-dos list. You can have like who to contact, and just shoot them an email and just say, hey, I got this concern about this. But it's about collaborations, like you said, Corey. But we have to get involved. We have to get involved, and we have to be consistent, because our services are every day and our businesses are every day. So, we can't sometimes just drop the ball. If we do drop the ball, we got to pick it back up. But the city is running 24/7. So we just have to either have a made up mind to say, you're going to serve in this area. You're going to be persistent, and you're going to execute.
Absolutely. And one of the things I love about Miss Jill Lindsay is she's so modest. And so she's only been up here 1 week, but she's not going to tell you about the 16 years she's been training to get here. Okay. So I think she's well equipped and well versed in this area. And again, we love you, Jill, and we appreciate all that you do for this city and this community.
We love you too, Councilman Reeves. We got the 5 out here, this District 5 representing. And also, I saw today that those your trash cans, they're picking them up regularly. I think I seen them over the weekend. So that I'm just really thankful for that, because I complained about that before I even came into this position.
Consistently.
Consistently. So I was like, this week I saw it. I was like, yes. So, but it takes that, it's sometimes it's just the little things that, that people are concerned about, but everybody's issue, is an issue, and it needs to be addressed.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Do we have any more questions for Ms. Jill Lindsay? Well, you know what they say, when you do such a great job at explaining that, you just leave people questionless. And
yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I'll talk to them about where we're gonna put the resources, where to go for different services and stuff. The partnerships that we have with Fulton County and the city of Atlanta and everything in College Park. So, but that is something that we probably need to put on the website where people can go, even if the city is closed, they can click on the link and have, resources on where they can go if they have like an emergency or something, they need food, or, or a tree is down, or, just something that they can have resources to where they can go. Like I see COVID resources and everything. And I know that the Fulton County started that today. So, but there's other services that we have available. We should be providing every resource that we have. We should be providing it.
Absolutely. And one of these resources we learned here tonight is the stores and the places that have AEDs. So we can work on that together.
Oh, okay. Wow. Have you sent that out yet? Or you getting ready to send it out?
There was a question on tonight earlier. So we, which got me interested and got me to saying, So the places that department stores, gas stations, besides the places like Parks and Rec and fire station.
Okay.
That was something that Ms. Mumford was talking about, and the question that magnitude came out of that. And so I think that's an important deal, because the best thing that we can do if you love someone is save a life. And so we want to know where those resources are at.
Yes, sir. All right, if you send it out, we'll get it sent out as well. We'll put it on our social media and everything. And we still that's a good question about the other resources that we have, because we're still in COVID, so people still need items.
Indeed,
And
indeed.
especially with the seniors, because the seniors they don't use social media a lot. So providing a phone number where they can order their mask, or where they can get those items, because we had some seniors that we had to go over and just make the phone calls to have it sent to their address, because they didn't have they didn't have internet, and they didn't know how to go on the line to click on the link to order their masks and stuff, so, and their test kits.
Correct. And
So,
they can, and Fulton County just said that they launched them where you can actually go to the library and pick them up, and
yes.
some of their centers to pick them up. But also too, like Miss Jackson had a concern, what about the seniors who cannot drive? What services that offer delivery services to those seniors? Do you know of any, Jill?
I can check with Feeding GA Families, but I think they have something with MARTA too. I can check with MARTA.
And I think they're, hold on. I think I just saw something that they're delivering now to, let's see, I'm pretty sure I posted it today. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go on mute for a second and then I'll come back and tell you.
Oh, and also, Corey, I think College Park started their, they gave out their items at the libraries too. I don't know if it's the test kits or it's the masks. But College Park Library announced that they have theirs too.
Okay, awesome. So that's good. That's good. And I think somebody had a question. What's the AED? It's an automated external defibrillator. It's what you see when they come out, and if they have these two patches that's lined, they're lined up, and they like kind of give you a quick shock, and to resuscitate you and resuscitate a heartbeat.
Okay. And they're delivering, and they're giving those out, or they're delivering?
Oh no, they don't give they don't give those out. And so it's but what no, I'm saying that the stores, like just say somebody might go into a cardiac arrest or go into just faint, so for whatever reason, and somebody's trying to do CPR, right? And so sometimes if the movements out there, you're trying to do the chest compressions.
Okay.
Sometimes if that's not working, they are attached to AED. So stores that have that AED, that will be there beside someone administering CPR, just in case they need that to shock them, give them that shock back to resuscitate an individual that may need it if the chest compressions are not working.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you're gonna have a class on that, or are you?
Oh, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is
okay.
Yes. And so when Miss Mumford, who offers free CPR classes to seniors 55 and up. And so, but we'll get you that information as well, because we definitely want y'all to share that. We do it once a month. And so and anybody under that could just pay $60, and they'll be it comes with their CPR card, the American Heart card.
Okay. Well, I do know at Fulton County that they're at the Star Line, they're providing the seniors with food because the recreation centers are closed due to COVID still, and they haven't made the decision on when they're going to open them back up, but they can get food every day.
No, I'm talking about to the seniors who are like Miss Jackson here, who's her doctor restricted her from driving, and she doesn't know when she's going to be lifted from that. How do we get that? What service do we have, or that you know of, that can connect the resource and a delivery option to deliver to a senior like Miss Jackson?
I would check with Starline tomorrow, and I'll let you know.
Well, now let me just explain. I have spoken with Starline before, and I tried that for myself, but I still cook my own meals. And so that's not an option for me. And the reason it's not is because I can't eat the food that they would prepare and send out here, or even store that food. Now, at one point, they were sending out the groceries under some service, but they lost funding for that. And so once they lost funding for that, I tried the meals that you're talking about with Starline,
Okay,
but I don't have any place to store all that pre-prepared food.
okay,
Besides that, those menus ongoing, they're for somebody that's completely unable to fix their meals, or that's the way I perceived it. You
okay.
know, so that didn't work out for me. Now, since I'm not driving, I can't take advantage. I know Fulton County used to send out, they advertise picking the food up at Welcome All or Creel sometimes over at Creel Park and different places. But again, because I'm restricted from driving a car, you got to coordinate those things based on someone else's schedule. And even if I were to sign up for MARTA Mobility.
Councilman, can I jump in?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, Miss Lindsay, this is Miss McKee.
Okay.
I have a food pantry set up over at Kingdom of God Church, right across from Welcome All Park. And we will be adding our senior service boxes to that pantry in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And getting it delivered out to the seniors, or the senior may be able to pick them up. So we are working on that at this time. So
Okay.
I will let Councilman Reeves know when it's ready so that he can put it out to our seniors. But
Okay.
we are having a food giveaway this coming Saturday there. So we do recognize that some seniors cannot get out to get